Yeah, welcome to Reader's Retreat. I'm Paul, and this is Hey Cool Gamer, and this is books that's going to be on future polls. Uh, so I hope you all going to enjoy these, and I'm not going to really get into what they are or anything. That's for as for the videos that when I go into the polls itself. So. Uh, so anyway, what am I going to be reading? We're going to look at first. We're going to look at the weekend reads, which is the thick books, and I'm going to be reading the thick books on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that starts Friday morning at midnight and goes until 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. I did pick up. I mean, some of these you've already seen and stuff. Some of them you haven't. I did add a few more to each category of the weekend, in each category of what's next to read. Oh, excuse me. So that is what I'm doing, and I hope y'all is going to enjoy it. I do this live, and I can't wait to get into them, but I'm going to wait anyway and let people come in. Oh, hello.
Hello, hello.
How you doing today?
Hey, not bad, not bad.
Good.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was a bit touch and go whether I'd make it on or not because Bella kept attacking the phone wire, like the headphone wire.
great.
Kept trying to dig his claws into it and stuff. But yeah, I'm here now. Kip doesn't realise I'm on panel because it's like, yeah, the volume for us right down, so there's no way I was going to hold on till he finished his conversation because he wasn't looking at the phone at all.
Yeah.
But I did say I'd be back on there right once this is done, but yeah.
Well,
So
here's the question.
go on.
Uh, since I mean, are you enjoying voting on the polls that I've been doing for the books?
Yeah, because I feel like it increases the interaction
Right.
amongst the subscribers because the choices that are made with what to read is chosen by the subscriber,
Right.
which I think makes it more interactive.
So, it
Probably could. Yeah,
is.
yeah, thought as much.
But anyway, I've been trying to include the subscribers in with what I read.
Yeah, which is a good way to do it. It's like if
Hmm.
the viewer decides to get set to choose what you read next. Albeit you
Right.
can't say loud because read out loud because YouTube strikes you.
Right.
But
Now, no,
generally, it's like
go ahead.
go on.
Go ahead.
No, that's all right. You speak because you was
I
in the
was,
middle
I
of
was, I
something.
was just going to say that. So for this week, Sunday was the last time I read anything. I've been.
Yeah,
Everybody knows about my eye not moistening up like it's supposed to, and I have to
yeah,
use drops, and so it gets dry and itchy, and so I I gave it a rest without really wanting to.
yeah.
So
That's one of those things though. It happens.
yeah, but I'm hoping to get into it some more reading today. If so, I'll be
Yeah,
getting. And so I'll be getting into Catwoman.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because that was the last one that won the
Right,
poll before the last one you read, wasn't
right. But the thing is, I still need to get started on the last book of the Hollow series from Kim Harrison too.
it?
Now, that's one thing I can say that the subscribers don't get to vote on. They don't get to vote on the next book of the series because the next book of the series is going to be the next book of the series. Now,
Yeah.
the thing is, a while back, I did put up a what to read, and they did pick out Spider Bite, which is the first book of a series. So instead of
Yeah.
going straight to that, I put that in the series category. So so once I get close to being done with one of the series, I will put up like maybe 3, 4 more series and see what series I'm going to be reading next.
Yeah. That's
So
one way of doing it.
yeah,
Voting in series.
right. So I'm hoping I'm hoping everybody's enjoying it.
I think it is because your numbers have been increasing here, so you must be
Yeah,
doing something right.
yeah,
That's how I look at it.
you're right. Uh, Now, like I said, I'm going to start with the weekend reads. I'm going to show people the weekend reads that I got that is going to be in the future polls. That's what this show's about, is
Yeah.
the upcoming polls. Now, I'm not going to go in detail of these books. But I will, cause that's what the videos are for when I put the poll up.
Yeah.
Uh, so
Yeah.
anyway, that's why I went live with this. I just went live because I don't
Just to
know.
let
I
people
just
know
didn't
what you're
want to do
doing and what you're planning.
I just didn't want to do a pre-recording. I only
No.
put one pre-recording up today.
Yeah. And you felt it had been a while since your last live and you wanted to go live.
Well, the last live that didn't have uh, uh, reading experience in it anyway.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm going to start with the thick books,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to start with the ones that people know that it has been in the last poll, which
Yeah.
is Laura L.K. Hamilton, Sucker
Yeah.
Punch.
Laurel K. Hamilton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sucker Punch.
Now the thing is, this is Anita Blake
Uh-huh.
book. Anita Blake is the hero in the book, but that's all I'm going to say about this book. And
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to all these books that I'm going to be showing.
Well, why
So,
not?
so the thing is, it doesn't matter which one wins because all the books I'm going to show, I've been wanting to read.
Yeah. So they would have been the kind of books that would have been on a
Crystal.
TBR anyway if you didn't start doing a poll.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right.
Yeah.
At least it's getting them done that way.
All right. And the second book I'm going to show is Jay Kristoff.
Uh-huh.
Wrote Empire of the Vampire.
Ah.
And so I've been looking forward to this one also.
Yeah.
Then again, I've been looking forward to all the books I have on my shelves.
Yeah.
And then the third one is Dune by Frank Herbert.
Uh-huh.
Now, a lot of people says this is hard to get into because of the writing, because he writes more
All
different
over
than
the game.
else. And
Yeah. So it's all over the place, basically.
well, he goes by a viewpoint of, I believe, of every single character. he don't pick one character to do all the narration.
Yeah, so it's like, so the spotlight isn't just on one particular character, it's on all of them.
Right. So I'm hoping to. I'm hoping I like it because I'm not big on sci-fi,
Yeah, time will tell.
and that's what this is. It's sci-fi.
Yeah.
Now, the last book of the ones that I've had on other polls is Stephen King and Own King, Sleeping Beauties.
Uh-huh.
So,
Oh, it's a father and son collaboration.
right. So
That'd be interesting. Huh?
the thing is, Owen is more of a mystery writer,
Yeah,
and Stephen King.
he's known
mean,
for his horror.
he wrote mysteries back
Yeah.
in the day, like Colorado Kid,
Mhm.
Joyride, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
All that was mysteries.
yeah.
So that's all.
But
That's
then he
awesome.
got more known for thrillers, borderline horror later on.
Well, he preferred the horror. I mean,
Yeah.
the first book he ever wrote was horror,
Mhm.
which was Carrie. But the
That's
thing
good as well.
is, Carrie is the first book he wrote, but the second book he published.
Yeah, because he went under an alias on the first one.
No,
No,
the first one he
didn't
took
sell
Carrie.
well.
He took Carrie, threw it in the trash, wrote a second one, which I think was Christine. I'm not. Don't quote me on that.
Mm.
And he sent in Christine,
Mhm.
and that one got published. Then and his wife sent in Carrie because
Yeah,
his wife took it out of the trash and sent it in, and that's why his first book is actually the second book that he got published.
yeah, because they realised the potential in it.
Well, they liked
Where
it.
he,
What it is, the publishers liked it. His wife liked it. He did
yeah,
not care for it.
yeah,
So
because he felt that he could write better.
I mean that's how all that comes down.
Yeah,
Now I am now here's a new book that's going to be in the thick book, the weekend reads. But this here is actually 3 novels in one.
ah,
So, but it's still thick, so it counts. And I will read all 3 of them
uh-huh,
at the same time,
yeah,
one after the other.
yeah,
And that's 3 complete novels by John Soule.
uh-huh,
So what I'm going to do is on the poll, I'll just write in John Soule.
yeah, because it's a trilogy, like pretty much in one book.
Well, at least there's 3 books in here, and I'm going to read this whole thing before because I'm not like some people can read the first book and then set it down and go to another book and then come back to the second book and so on and so forth.
Yeah, whereas you like to read it cover to cover.
Right. That's why it's so
Even
hard.
if it's 3 books in one, you still like to do the cover to cover.
That's why it's so hard for me to read short stories one at a time.
Yeah,
Because I am a cover to cover person.
yeah.
But
That's how I usually like to read when I read, even though it's sporadic.
so when
When
you
I
vote
do
for
read, it's like I try to go cover to cover as
Right.
much as I can.
now when you do if you do vote for John Soule, I'll be reading Brainchild, Nathaniel, and the God Project.
Yeah, so you'll be reading 3 in 1. Do they count it? Will they count it as 3 on Goodreads, or will they count it as 1?
I will have to type in each book.
So it'll count as 3 stories, 3
Right.
books then. Okay.
Right. So that's that one. The other newest one that's going to be put into this is Stephen King, 11/22/63. This is about JFK when he was
Being shot.
assassinated,
Yeah.
and someone from the future comes back and tries to prevent it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, this is what got me on this one is the year 63 because I was born in the year 63.
Yeah, 3 months
That's it.
before it happened.
Right. I was like, let's see,
You'd have
like
been coming up for
3 months.
You'd have been coming up for 3 months, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And another one that you'll be seeing in the future poll is another Stephen King, Dreamcatcher.
That's meant to be an awesome book.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about that.
Well, I've heard good and bad. But the thing is, I never go by anybody else's opinion.
Yeah, it's like when I've asked people what Stephen King book do they think is best, they always recommend Dreamcatcher first amongst one of his best.
Well, that's okay, Crystal. A lot of the books were higher. So anyway, that will be in the future polls. I got 2 more that's going to be in future polls.
Yeah.
For the thick
funny
book.
thing about Stephen King movies is that compared to the books, the movies are only, like Uncle Paul says, are usually only based on 2 chapters of a book.
Right. Now, this one here is by Adrian Tchaikovsky, and it's Shards of Earth.
Uh-huh.
And it
Tchaikovsky.
is. Yeah. And
any relation to the classical composer by any chance?
I don't know.
Done Swan Lake.
I don't know. Let's see. He was born in Spain.
That's apparently where Tchaikovsky died. It was in Spain, so he might be.
I always thought Tchaikovsky was Russian, though.
He was, but he moved to Spain.
Huh. He doesn't really
might
say.
Well be.
He don't say.
Written by Tchaikovsky. Oh.
Nope. It don't say. But
yeah, Stephen King movies are also very good as well. Yeah.
But the thing is,
when Stephen King took control of them, that is. Before then, not so good.
This here is he studied psychology and zoology.
Yeah.
So yeah, there he goes. And but that's going to be one of the future ones. Now I'm going to wait until he comes back before I show the last one, because he'll understand it more than most people. Hello again.
Sorry, I kicked myself off. I did a roofie. I hit the wrong button.
Okay. Well, this is the next book that this is the last book. That's going to be up for the weekend stuff for a while. So you'll be seeing this one soon. And this one's by Erik Larson.
Come up and do it, Crystal. Yeah. I like that.
This here's Eric Larson came up with this one. It's The Splendid and the Vile.
Uh-huh.
And the reason why I said that Terry could understand this more than most people, because it is the saga of Churchill's family and defiance during the Blitz.
My name and granddad grew up in the Blitz. So, yeah.
So,
And they got married when Flower was 1 year old, or coming up for 1 year old. My name and granddad. So, yeah.
but that's when that's the setting for this book.
Yeah.
And we
Just
all
like I
know,
also understand the majority of the Ripper sites because I worked in East London for a while.
right? And we all know what the Blitz is. It's during World War II,
Yeah,
I believe.
and it was, but it was long before. It was about that happened about a year before America's involvement.
Right.
When London was, it was when England was getting bombed in the air by the Germans.
Right.
I think they just did that because they was bitter that they lost the Battle of Britain in the fighter plane war.
Could be. Could be.
They got absolutely humiliated in that one.
Yep. But that's going to be the books that you're going to be seeing for the weekend reads in Poland. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Uh-huh.
And I usually put 5 at a time. Now, what I'm going to do is I will still put 5 at a time until I'm down to 4, and then I'll just put 4 up. Then when I'm down to 3, I'll just put 3 up. And then when I'm down to 2, I'll just put 2 up. After that, I have to find more books.
Yeah. But the thing about being ahead of your reading schedule is that you can afford to do that.
Yeah. I mean, let's see. Right now, I've read 20 books this year, and I'm 4 books ahead of schedule. So I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
That's not bad at all.
No.
That's pretty good going.
Yeah. Now, for the poll that is what I call what's next to read, and that's posts for more of the one I read constantly, Monday through Thursday, along with the series book, and I'm going to go with the ones that you've seen on other polls. So you're going to see The City on that one.
Oh, yeah, that's the one Flower wants you to read.
No, wait. I'm doing that wrong. Those are the 3 that's on the poll right now. Yeah. Okay, I just grabbed the wrong one. That's all.
Whereas I voted for, in that certain poll, I voted for Sabbath.
Yeah, and right now, The City and Sabbath is tied like at 60% or something.
Yeah. So 30% each.
Right, but you see on the migration. And that's going to be good.
Gives me things to do.
You're going to see Ash and Silver. Migration is by Helen Marshall.
Yeah.
I've never read anything of her.
Oh, yeah.
I never read anything of Carol Berg, and this is Ash and Silver.
Careful, Bella. Don't want to cut up my hands, do you? Come on.
You'll be seeing F. Paul Wilson's By the Sword. It's a Repairman Jack novel. And thing is, I want to see if I want to collect the rest of the Repairman Jack novels by reading this one. I've never read any of them. I have read F. Paul Wilson's horror.
Yeah.
But I've never read any of his Repairman Jack stuff. Another one is Cherry Priest, Bone Shaker. And
Yeah.
this is a apocalypse. I can't pronounce that word right. End of the world days, and tied up with steampunk. So it's set
Yeah.
in the days when the stuff that they use should not even be around. So that's why it's steampunk.
Oh, so
And
it's
they
set in the future, basically.
and it's set and everything's run and everything runs on in steampunk. Everything runs on Steam.
Oh, so it's like a steampunk thing.
Right.
Okay.
Another book is 3 by Ted Decker.
Yeah. The book is better than the movie, from what I've heard.
So,
My ex had the movie, but we never watched it.
well, I've never seen the movie and I've never read the book. So,
Yeah. But I've always said, though, if you want to understand a movie, and if it's based on a book, check out the book first, so you can see how
yeah.
much of it has been missed or stuff
Now
like
I
that.
do. Now I do like Ted Decker's stuff.
Yeah.
I like his writing.
Mm-hmm.
And this here is Kathy Reich's Cold Bones. Came out, I think, last year.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, anybody that knows this knows it's a Tempest Brennan's mystery, which the TV
Mm-hmm.
show was called Bones.
Yeah.
Another one is The Marsh King's Daughter by Karen Dion. So
Cool.
this is interesting. And this one here's by Rebecca Ross, which I never read nothing from her, and it's A River Enchanted. It's a fantasy.
Ooh.
So that's what this is. And that's okay because
Stop attacking my hands, Bella.
now, with that said, here's the new stuff that's going to end up on the polls, along with
Uh-huh.
the reason why I showed those ones first is because they've already been on polls.
Yeah.
And thing is, I will be mixing those in with the new ones.
Sounds
And
good.
so the first thing I'm going to show is a Kim Harrison book, which I enjoy the Hollow series. And this one here is Something Dilly This Week Comes.
Yeah.
It's not the Hollow series. And it's a nice
Bella,
thing.
you've been good all day. Why are you suddenly starting to be mischievous and attacking my hand when it relaxes? Eh?
So it's a nice thin book. It should be a fast read.
Yeah. Yeah, that you should get through that within one live, I think. And that one.
Let's see. This is Andrew Piper's The Only Child, which you can see is a little bit thicker than Kim
The other
Harrison,
one you just showed, yeah.
but not much. And like I said, I ain't going to go in detail with these. That's what the poll videos are for.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
So
let the audience pick what is read.
I mean, right now you can start thinking about them and researching if you want. And when they come up on the poll, you know which one already that you want to read.
Oh, I already do.
I'm not even
majority of the time. I do know what I'm pick. I do know what I want to pick when I see them. So yeah.
I am not going to try to pronounce this guy's name.
Show me, and I might be able to.
It's a Japanese name, and this book is Vampire Hunter D.
All right, show me the name, and I'll see if I can pronounce it for you.
Bedeviled Stagecoach, and that's what that looks like. And
Yeah,
the name
Stephen.
is right there.
Hideyuki Kikuchi.
Something I can't pronounce it.
Hideyuki Kikuchi.
But again, that's a nice thin book. And the thing is, it's kind of a small. It's not very tall at all. Uh,
Yeah.
and this here, I think, got started in Magna. Um, you'll see the pictures like this.
Oh. Which is quite that looks quite typical Japanese art.
Yeah. And like that. So there's pictures.
Hello, Mr. J.
Hey, Mr. J, what's up? So this is, and the thing is, there is a poll up right now. If you haven't voted, I put polls up on my community page. If you haven't voted, go there and vote for the ones that's up.
Yeah, because it's like
So there's that.
Uncle Paul gives you the final say on what he rates. So if you think you can bring more people in, share it to yours as well, just like I do.
Now the thing is, this is by the photographer is Rita Y. Schuller.
Uh-huh.
And I'm thinking that she also wrote it. So the death here is called Larry Jean Bell and the 28 Days of Terror that shook South Carolina. And it's called Murder in the Midlands. And it is a true story.
Uh-huh.
It's nice and skinny.
Nice and thin.
So this is a true crime.
Uh-huh.
About a serial killer here in South
the Carolinas.
So I'm trying to, I mean, the pictures like this.
Yeah.
And she took these pictures herself.
Yeah.
Here's this one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. So that's going to be something.
Yeah.
And then a newer book will be another Dean Koontz, Life Expectancy.
Ooh.
So there's a Dean
Talk to you later, Crystal. Have a good one.
Later, Crystal. So that's what that is. Another one is John Soule, The Devil's Labyrinth.
Oh.
So John Soule is a horror writer.
Uh-huh.
He's more of a, it says novel, but he's more of a thriller horror writer.
Yeah. So he likes to combine both elements.
Yeah. Something like Dean Koontz.
Yeah.
And this is by Sylvia Marino Garcia. And it's called Mexican Gothic.
Uh-huh.
So now all the books I've showed today will be books that you can
vote on
later on
down the line.
In the future. Right now, I need to catch up on my reading and get some of these done. Okay, I'm going to put these books back up here. I need to catch up on my reading because I am 3 books ahead of where I am.
Yeah.
So once I pick up once I pick up the last one to start reading, I
Yeah.
will put on the poll that no, the book that is being voted on right now.
Uh-huh.
When I pick up that book, I will be putting up more what's next.
That's how human Bella is in mentality. He only drinks from a mug.
Yeah.
See that?
Now once I get done with the Kim Harrison book,
Yeah.
I will be starting on the third book of The Dark Tower by Stephen King, The Wasteland.
Nice.
And
Nice.
once I get done with The Stand, I will be reading this one, The Witchwood Crown, which when I pick this one up, I will put up the poll for weekend reads.
Yeah.
So I do have.
Because
I
that's
know
the
what
one
I'm
that won
doing in
after
this
the.
madness. I know what I'm doing in this madness, even though other people might not think I do.
Yeah.
But and the thing is, I got a lot off this bookshelf here. That bookshelf is getting emptier and emptier, which is what I'm trying to do. Because that bookshelf,
that's your TBR shelf.
yeah, that bookshelf back here, by the window is the books I wanted to read this year.
Yeah.
And I'm pulling them all off of that shelf and putting them over on this shelf right there.
Yeah.
That way, when I want to read, I just have to pick it up and start reading. So that's how that's working. So I hope everybody's going to enjoy what I'm going to be putting up. I know a couple people that vote probably going to be voting on that true crime one that I put up, that I showed, because they like the true crime.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
It's like as dark as a time as it may have been, it's like people are still interested in learning about it. Like what was the methods behind the person doing it?
Right.
And what made him that way or her that way, depending on who it is.
Right.
So it gives you snippets of how that person ended up with that mindset.
Now the books that
helps you work it out more sometimes the reason why.
Yep.
They ended up the way they did.
Now the books that is up on the voting stock right now is Sabbath, and that's by Nick Matatis.
That's what I voted for. Yeah, that's what I voted for.
We got Rage, which is by Jonathan Mayberry.
Yeah.
And then we got a Dean Koontz book called The City. And right now, The City and the Sabbath is tied.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting on that one to go down. And that would be the book I read after Christmas.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be ahead of myself again on that one.
Well, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's always good to be books ahead. That way, then if you have a bit of a break, you're still ahead.
Yep. So anyway, that's what I got. Yeah, that's what you can be looking forward to future polls.
And don't forget, people, make your choice, because what he reads is all down to you.
Yep.
Without you, this channel would be nothing.
So the thing is, people, I hope you enjoyed doing the polls. I enjoy looking at them and seeing which one's winning, and whichever one I see that's winning, I can get excited about, and can't wait to get to it. And then, but the thing is, I hate ties. And what I am going to do this time around is if it still comes out a tie,
The two
okay,
that ties, you'll put them
I'm
down
going
to two, and then decide again. Then
no,
get the winner decided out of them,
no. Okay.
or you'll just read them all in individual stages in the
Say
order you put them up.
say these two tied for first place.
Yeah,
These will go back on the poll, and I'll read Rage instead
yeah,
because nobody's voted for this one.
yeah,
And the thing is, by doing that, is giving the a chance to the ones that nobody votes for.
yeah.
And
So
then
that's the one time you'll go against the vote is
yes,
if they're constantly tied.
right now I do a 5 book thing. If there's 2 or 3 books that or even 4 that is tied, and I'll do another poll with only those ones.
Yeah,
Then if it's still another tie, then I will pick one of the ones that's losing.
yeah,
So
yeah. That's one way of doing it.
yeah. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. You guys keep reading, keep letting your mind imagine awesome worlds
Yeah,
because
because the book world is majority of the time better than the real world.
that's right. And the thing is, people, reading is better than movies because reading makes you do something that movies does not, and that is to get into the heads of the characters.
Yes,
And
that way then you can understand the mentality, and
so,
you'll be able to voice your opinions on movies that are based on books.
so the thing is, I'm going to sign off by saying I'll see y'all in the funny papers.
Yes, and keep reading.